오늘도 마찬가지로 효를 빌게 될 산화아연입니다. 저도 맞대. 저도 맞대. 다이스트나 것도 왔을 때 있다. 잠깐만요. 뭐 중요한 걸 깜빡하고 있었는데. 어디였어? 내가 왜 그랬지? 카메라 안 켜고 게임을 하는 방송인이 있다? 잠시만 기다려주세요. 내가 왜 그랬을까? 내가 왜 그랬을까? 왜 카메라를 안 켜고 방송을 하려고 했을까? 슛. 안녕하세요. 후. 돌아왔습니다. 오늘도 같이 즐겁게 효를 빌 이등게임을 좋아하는 다국어 버티버 산화아연입니다. 반갑습니다. 후. 어떻게 다이스키 마르치린가를 보이지원하는 신곡 사이드 도모시마스 쿄모 14 스스미마스 붕이마사님 어서오세요. 사나 그래도 최근에 그 모험으로 사고 나서 뒤로는 조금 많이 안정화됐죠? 많이 진도 관련해서 뭔가 스트레스도 많이 없고, 그래서 오늘도 평화롭게 계속 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 지난번에 어디까지 왔냐면은 퀘스트 그 두 개로 갈라지는 거에서 하나는 끝내고 나머지 하나를 하러 와서 아마 지금 바브일탑 아니면 조트탑 둘 중에 하나를 아마 탐색을 할 것 같은데 지금 정확히 기억이 안 나요. 아무튼 지금은 그 일사바드의 사베네어 섬에 와 있습니다. 여기서부터 시작을 해볼게요. 가자. 바로 컷이던가? 그런 것 같은데. 잠깐만. 여기서 아마 그 아르카 소다라족 한 명 찾는 걸로 알고 있는데. 마트샤 맞아. 저쪽에서 비명이 들렸다. 못 올라가나? 이렇게 못 올라가나? 로딩이 길면 컷신임 리얼. 수상할 정도로 로딩이 긴 컷신이면 왠지 여기네. 뭐야? 대국병이잖아. 이것이 난 당연히 토끼리한테 잡힌 줄 알았는데, 그러니까 그 야생 토끼한테 못 잡힌 줄 알았더니 그런데 뒤에 있었네. 감사합니다. 왜 그랬을까? 구조. 그 신. 제가 구해드렸습니다. 그치. 여기 신화의 신들이 등장하지. 조트탑 맞아. 그럼 조트탑이 먼저겠구나. 그치. 마을로 갑시다. 그치. 이전 탑에서도 막 잡혀 들어갔었죠? 그랬던 기억이 확실히 있어. 가자. 가자라고 말을 했는데 옆에 가자가 있다. 몬스터 이름이 하필이면 가자네. 쉽지 않네. 소리 너무 작지? 아닌가? 괜찮아요? 소리 너무 작은 것 같은데. 좀 늘릴게요. 오케이, 이 정도. 아트샤의 마을로 갑시다. 앞으로 자주 오게 될 장소. 아이, 뭐야? 아, 저 있다. 가자 가자. 아트샤 하이. 아케아리. 시로이 하마. 마즈베다のじいちゃんからおすすめです。おすすめ出す。다스. 이 말투 진짜 되게 중독적인 것 같아. 어스스메 다스. 안녕하세요. 에이 코코로 카키자. 와시가 난데모 하나시대 야로. 마누샤. 우리가 가미가미야 마누샤 가미가미 모토 지금 모토메테 지신노 아타마오 그래. 서로 목을 바꾸겠다고? 이런 이야기였나? 내가 기억하는 건 약간, 그러니까 내가 생각했던 것보다 좀 더 심각한 이야기인데? 하이하이. 메즈라시오 기억사. 우리가 오십니다. 우치노 마가짱 뭐 카미사마 뭐 신수상. 신수상. 하이. 그렇군요. 좋은 정보였습니다. 너 다스까? 지짱 다치까라 하나씩 키키타 다스까? 오. 뭔가를 보여준대. 뭐야? 뭐야? 뭘 갖고 왔다고? 아. 그림 갖고 왔다고? 좋지. 어차피 얘들 던전에서 나오잖아 생각해보니까 또. 가자. 류. 아, 태수 이야기 나오는구나. 맞네. 메이유타르 류. 이제 태수 썰로 여기서 밝혀지지. 그치. 데미르의 유령이었지. 더 가야 되지. 데미르노 이레츠쿄라고 하는구나. 오케이. 안녕하세요. 似た話さんにご用があったですか？それはその羨ましいです。왜？ 아頭が良くて快活でだけど気取らず優しくて人切り綺麗ではい되게 칭찬 많이 하네. 되게 칭찬 많이 하네. 이렇게까지 안돼 착한 친구긴 했지. 되게 호전적이고 그 뭐지? 적극적이고. 이거 어떻게 갔더라? 길? 가면 되나? 아 이거 이렇게 가야 되는구나. 에잉. 맵 좀 열어보려고 했더니 맵 열기 귀찮아졌네. 데미드는 이레츠교 이레츠교 싫어 저리가. 난 너와의 접촉을 원하지 않는다. 아 저기 갔어야 하잖아. 아씨 왜 만들었잖아. 모르겠다. 일단 가자. 띠용 띠용. 잠깐만 여기 원래 이랬나? 분위기? 아 여기 여기 개그신이던가? 맞나? 나의 기억이 맞나? 나의 기억이 맞나? 개그신 맞나?
What happened here?
음성 거신.
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
아 다르셨나?
Oh, we have guests.
Guests.
You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see.
소리야. 아. 안 좋은 느.
I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow.
나 잠겨오는 거였어. 그냥 자고 있는 거였어. 맞아.
People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
We have new scales?
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
아 비늘.
Oh, happy. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
여기 억양을 약간 이쪽 그 살짝 인도 쪽으로 잡았구나.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
That's that disgusting tower.
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Who are you people? 쉽지 않네.
Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry
의미심장하면서.
not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragonkin, yes?
Is this their congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you? I should like to draw a file or two, if so.
체열.
Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
Cease your shoving, or so help me.
옆에서 기도하고 있지 말라고.
Oh
미치겠네.
dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk?
쟤 보내고 이야기하는 거냐고.
As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your mistress Cryle. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the great work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can
대밀이라고
explain the
말안
crux of
나왔던
the
것 같은데.
situation.
방금 영어로 대밀이란 말 안 나오지 않았어요? 영어에서 다르게 부르나? 다르게 부르는 것 같은데? 어디야? 저쪽인가? 아이. 네. 그리고 매체도 조사대 코라레 나카 그치 프로그램 받았지. 하이트를 방출하고 가까이 가는 거 정신이 어야 됩니까? 얘를 막기 위해서. 용의 비늘. 그치? 아 맞아, 용의 비늘. 태수 사마가 진실을 알고 나면 약간 좀 체외보단 낫다. 테스트 하러 갑시다. 이때라시오 깨끗하게 들어볼까. 저 그 확실히 애 연기는 잘하는 것 같아 바르샤님. 저런 약간 그거잖아. 저 약간 그거잖아. 그 자켓 설정 같은 거잖아. 사실 저는 태수지만 태수가 아니고 막 어쩌고저쩌고 하는 거잖아. 요이도라 니파크. 아. 정신월 대신에 멀미를 일으킨다고요? 네. エーテルの放射実験を始めます。被験者はヨイドレ D パ君に推測を無関係な人へとっとと離れてね。 네. 아, 따라가는 거야. 야, 저거 히라가나 카타카나가 뒤집어 쓰니까 진짜 헷갈린다. 안녕하세요. 준비少しだけ離れてください. 하이. 아, 아직 말 안 거는 거구나. 오케이. 떨어지라고? 더 떨어지라고? 아, 더 떨어지라고? 오케이. 흉. 오샤. しかし体はいい日はないようだ。おお。平気？ぐでぐで？再度放射を始めるよ。大丈夫なら。はい。 그래도 한번 토 한 번 더 해야 되는데 뒤집어져가지고. 스퀘어 NS 최신 기술 쫓아가기. 엽. 아샤. 아무 이상 없습니다, 선생님. 뭐야? 또 가라. 아헤이, 이 사람 진짜 일 많이 시키네. 왜 굳이 이렇게 돌아가는 거야? 왜? 와이? 이러시는 이유가 있을 거 아니에요. 하지만 아무 일이 없다. 가자 이제. 제 하エーテル残量が低下。放射可能回数は残り1回です。来いよ、かましてやるし。おい。니가 나 옆으로 가도 돼? 안 되는 거 아니야? 짠. 모든 방사를 뛰어넘었다. 이제実験を終了します. 回収してね. 하이. お疲れ. ありがとう. 마타今度? 뭘 다시 만나재? 안 돼, 싫어. 다시 만나고 싶지 않아. 실험은 대성공했어요. 사스. 가자. 너를 김이야 사은 붙인다. 이따가 뭐 시간에 너무 그래요. 제가 호기면 또 내가 딱딱딱 아니다. 그건 아니면 됐어. 싫어. 넌 싫어. 오지마. 저리가. 와우. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 감사합니다. 천천히. 상처는 없어요. 뭐야? 아, 깜짝아. 굉장히 S급 마물처럼 생겼는데 아니었어. 어디까지 가는겨? 굿신.
Yes, that would be Radzad Khan. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
어.
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
어떤 사람이에요? 대수는?
Well, he is the most important person in Radzad Khan. Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra.
아,
When the Aura
아까스토트라구나.
came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjor from the mainland
무도가 아니야?
decided they wanted the island for themselves.
맞네.
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people, but when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution. The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Radzad Khan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
신뢰가 깊군요.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
어허.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools,
attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name?
하던 일 식.
something? Owen?
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail? Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal? Complications be damned, for we cannot escape the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
제가 언제까지 나오지? 별로 기분 좋지 않은데. 갑시다. 슬랩 최고. 어디야? 저 안쪽이다. 바다의 저기 있었나? 여기 있었나? 안녕하십니다. 계속 갑시다. 미애님 어서 오세요. 산화. 벌써. 오. 맡겨주십시오. 여기입니다. 한석. 아니 한석? 한서가 뭐지? 뭐지? 아, 저거 해야 풍행 열릴 것 같은데. 도도. 네. 이거 탈 때도 좀 약간 미안했는데. 나는 좀. 안녕하세요. 그치. 도도. 이거 날아가는 거였나? 자동이구나. 오케이. 도도야 미안하다. 내가 너무 크고 무거워서 미안하다. 이거 좋았어. 자동이동이라 편했어. 굉장히 편했던 기억이 남아있어. 나 이렇게 구경도 시켜주고 여기저기. 카메라 무빙 자연스러운 거 봐라. 문제의 답. 하! 경험치 자동으로 얻네. 맵 열리나? 열리네. 와, 경험치 얻는다. 너무 좋아. 편안. 택시 감사합니다. 별빛 전사다. 오케이. 테스의 스케이트는 너무 와이가 간다서지. 아, 이런 설정도 있었지. 맞아. 그치. 나 저런 설정이었지. 넴. 세계 각지에서 나타났죠. 스토리 생각보다 많이 길어지는데 정보 교환을 합시다. 하이. 해필전사다. 태소 직속의 전사 지금. 당연히 나오죠. 아무리 당연히 나오죠. 하이. 진짜 탑. 갑시다. 넴. 돌아가자. 한사はしっかりしてたけどとなんか帰りたいと잠깐만 어디로 가야 된대? 응? 아 저기까지 가야 돼? 아 멀리 가네. 이로 간 게 맞겠지? 나는 믿어. 그렇지 않은가? 잠깐만 맞잖아 여기? 아니야? 난 맞길 바래. 맞았으면 좋겠어. 오, B급 마무리다. 아 이거 그 뭐지? 입구까지 들어가는 건가? 라잔? 아 그런 거 같다. 맞는 거 같다. 어? 왜 맵이 반 열대 말아요? 오케이. 슈. 어. 가버렸어. 이제 있는 화상. 아니요, 구하러 왔어요. 뭐 이미 사람 못 꽤 괜찮은데. 무슨 옷이지 저거? 상인도 사고 싶은데 저런 거는 있으면 좀 찾아봐야겠다. 어디까지 가야 돼? 유일하까지 가야 되지. 텔레포죠. 잠깐만. 음료수를 조금 마시겠습니다. 잠깐만. 오차 떠났고 때 고라 됐을 게 너무 이까. 아이고 갑시다. 안녕하세요. 이간토가르. 비 오는데 고생이십니다.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well. You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
실험 당하시네스냐.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its...
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea.
그렇죠.
And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
다시.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
But Daniel.
What is it?
하던 일이 있었어요.
Van Daniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
아,
At long last!
얘들아 파단 일이 저 뒤에 있었어.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field.
오, 진정한
It is for the next stage
과학자다.
of our plan that we summoned you in the first place. To accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
오. 그치, 그렇게 안 돼야지.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next.
오.
Our work must continue. Is that clear?
오. 숭고한 정신의 과학자.
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Van Daniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore.
아, 뒤에 말 잘라버렸다. 이단아, 안 돼, 멈춰. 어디까지 가야 돼? 응? 아, 저기야? 멀리도 가네. 와, 저 사람 날아. 나도 날게 해줘. 안 날게 해줘. 날고 싶어. 이리로 가는 거 맞지? 어. 맞겠지. 아닌가? 절로 하얀으로 돌아갔어야 됐나? 그랬을 것 같은데 지금 보니까. 섭질했구만. 갑시다 일단. 가는 게 중요하지. 푸슈. 뭐야? 아 돌발 깜짝아. 저건 마무리야? 일반 마무리야? 아 진짜 저렇게 크면은 일반 마무리인지 A급 S급인지 모르겠어. 야 나 보지마 나 보지마 나 보지마. 아이고 착하다. 아이고 착하다. 아이고 착하다. 안녕하세요.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence.
일한다.
Any moment now.
오.
It's working. And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
나는 괜찮은데. 오. 여기던가? 내가 생각하는 그게? 그 잡혀 들어가는 거? 맞나? 여긴가? 맞는 거 같아.
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance.
가자. 내가 다 떨리네.
A few more steps.
그래? 오.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets. What?
아 맞네. 하단 일식. 으. 아 이런 장면을 짜 두 번 못하니 내가.
Let me go! Let me go!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
허허.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
쉽지 않네.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid.
이 새끼.
The similarities are striking. My! Such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased.
저기요.
My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
당신이 한짓을 생각하고 말을 하세요. 昔の客?
Allow me to tell you a story. Surely you've yet to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Asian.
伝説組のアシエンです。
I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days. Practically speaking, that fact is of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me. Eventually, I was recruited into the Asians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am. How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Asian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded.
아, 여기서 말하는구나.
I have it on good authority. You've poked your nose into an elegant ruin or two. Yes?
여기서 밝혀지는구나.
Then I
복잡한가.
expect you've heard of me. The old me.
At your service.
호이 모이. 맞아, 이때 그랬어. I'm at your service.
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe for decay.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing.
쉽지 않네.
Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
소머리로 바꾼 게
No
장난이라고.
more than entertainment for bored wastrels ignorant of its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend, our first and greatest emperor.
아, 시황제의 시가 저 시였어?
And
시작할
just as I
시였어?
had planned,
세상에.
he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest.
진심? 나 저걸
An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards,
그렇구나.
always onwards. Yet, he who
그럼
delivered
황제제를
to us
시작해서
such
시작했다는
glory
의미로 시황제인 거야?
was not to be satisfied.
아, 익숙한 연구소인데.
Heed me, Amon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, The seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation. Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what
대놓고
lies
클로네라고.
ahead.
GBM님 어서오세요. 산나. 너무 클론이란 말 대놓고 하는 거 아니야 진짜? 아무리
The fall
세계가
of the
그렇다지만.
Empire affirmed the truth, majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
눈등이 밖으로 튀겨나와 있는 거 아니지? 아니네. 다행이다. 뭐 이 시기. 야, 그 변신하거나 이럴 때는 좀 자리를 지켜줘야 되는 거 아니냐? 예의가 없네. 그 사이에 튄다고?
So easily distracted. Why, I almost left without saying farewell.
이씨.
As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primates. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades.
저 쓰레기다 쓰레기.
We shall meet again. Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see.
나쁜 실. 구하러 올게. 이렇게 해서 조스탑이 열렸지. 안녕하세요. 소모 갇혀버렸어요. 예. 네, 유혈형으로 돌아가겠습니다. 보고는 하러 가야지. 알고 있는 이야기지만 진짜 볼 때마다 씁쓸하긴 하네. 알고 봐도 씁쓸하네 진짜 이건. 그치. 이렇게 하면 돌아가나 이제? 아 태수의 판. 그치. 컷신? 예스. 따라라라라라. 나 성공은 했으니까 실험 자체는. 사람은 있어요. 그치. 대단한 사람들. 이 마임키한 긍정적인 사람들 진짜 태수 왔다. 하이. 오 링크 펄. 오 직통 전화기. 오 기타 또 따라가라. 그치. 태수 만나러 가기? 라자한 가자. 따단딴따단따단. 또 먼 길을 가야 하는 거. 아 진짜 풍맥 택시 타고 싶다. 누가 리얼로 풍맥 택시 타고 싶네. 가짱. 싫어요. 난 당신과 하고 싶잖아요. 뭔가 하고 싶잖아요. 아니 근데 진짜 왜 이야기가 파편적으로만 기억나고 순서 같은 게 하나도 기억이 안 나지? 나자한 지금까지도 몰랐어 생각해보니까. 여기서 다 까든가? 태수랑 그거 다 바르샨 다 얘기하든가? 그것도 기억 안 나 지금. 그러니까 뭔가 단편적으로 그런 사실이 있었다는 건 기억이 나는데 그 종합적으로 그래서 어떤 시계열 순서로 이루어졌는지가 하나도 기억이 안 나. 괜찮지 않아 보이는데. 내 기억력 괜찮은가? 이게 그 청년 치매인가 뭔가 하는 그건가? 뭐라고? 사베네안 잠멜. 아 달베를 잠멜이라고 하는구나. 어디 아니 여기다. 여기지? 태수씨? 태수란 말 아무리 생각해도 아무리 들어도 너무 이름 같아. 그 직책이 아니야. 안녕하세요. 특례로 들어가는 이게 바로 그 태수 인맥으로 들어가는 그건가?
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
이제 라자한 디자인 되게 잘 된 것 같아. 역시 봐도.
Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
계단. 너무 싫어. 계단 멈춰.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet.
하지만 지금은 아무도 없다.
Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Radz-at-Han.
But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
뭐지? 나무가 풀이 왜? 어? 아 그래픽 설정 잘못돼 있나 혹시 지금?
Here we are, Megaduta.
메가두타.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
아 이러면 지금 징크 못 찍는구나 에트라이트를. 그럼 지금 맞네. 그 생각 못했네. 이거 에트라이트를 못 찍는구나 지금. 맞아.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
태수라고
Allow me
불리는
to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan.
아하원.
Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
그치. 하지만 좋아할 상황이 아니지.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
오.
This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
오.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay,
오.
he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
오.
As you wish.
바로 그냥 나타나는구나. 오케이.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Hi.
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as my abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Aye, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's spawn. I was last to hatch.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
Great worm.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and
그래서 여기 아우라가
respect.
있구나.
And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. when it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz Athan.
발음 적응 안 된다. Radz
But
Athan.
if Ritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
아, 근데 브리타 목소리 되게 깊으니까 이것도 어울린다.
I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
진짜
Your
BGM.
eye. It was taken.
"'Tis here, buried within a semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will."
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
오.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother
그치.
hath left
한 몸
thee much
됐었으니까.
altered. Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bare his fangs.
오.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz Athan. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
그래서 그 4명이 가라고?
Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Padalthan and Kartanau, I am told.
파가르더니 파글던이구나.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The scions have proven themselves. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
그치 그치.
I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall we spend in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
어?
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radzathan, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
오.
I am in thy debt.
아 그러게 지금은 그 인간언어 말하는구나. 완전 깜빡하고 있었네. 그렇네. 가자. 다시는 저거 그치 쓰고 싶지 않지. 가자. 어디야 라비린토스가 아니라 이거 잘래. 아 드디어 분기표가 끝났다. 드디어 우리 이제 탑 가는 거지? 맞다고 해줘. 탑 간다고 해줘 제발. 82렙이야. 메인 홀이 아이마스카 하이. 드디어 마침내 끝났어. 넵 가자. 아 이제 81이구나. 오케이. 컷씬 이겠지? 그치.
Your time in Thavner has certainly been eventful. In my opinion, carrying out Vitra's request and assaulting the Tower of Zot should be our highest priority.
Yes.
I agree. While I still have questions concerning the Forum and their grand undertaking, we have all but exhausted our avenues of investigation. Simply pressing them any harder on the subject will almost certainly result in our expulsion. Therefore, I suggest we explore the ethereal sea connection by way of a letter to Master Matoya, then make our way to Thavner.
I wonder, even with the protection these talismans afford us, what can we hope to achieve once inside the tower? According to Orenvold and Frodola's report, they were unable to free the Emolja. Worse, their attempts triggered the tower's defenses, which led to a summoning of Luna Afrit.
그치.
What does it tell us that the Spires even have such defenses? Simply pulling a prisoner from the wall is fatal, thus the direct approach is doomed to failure from the outset. Any further measures to dissuade such actions seem unnecessary. Unless, of course, there is a way to free the prisoners without killing them. Then it stands to reason that any intruders will be met with overwhelming force.
The towers appeared throughout the world in but the twinkling of an eye. 'Twas by magical means these structures were raised, I surmise. A spire thus conjured must needs be maintained. And I suspect an arcane catalyst, some manner of core, doth lie hidden within. Destroy the core, and the tower ceaseth to be, thus liberating the captives without harm.
떡볶이들.
So we can hope. And I would prefer to enter the tower with a working theory than with no plan at all.
이
Assuming
떡볶이들.
Ishtola's reasoning is correct, the chances of the defenses remaining dormant are small to none. Any primals will have to be dealt with, and defeating one will likely only lead to the summoning of another. Our every victory will only compound the prisoner's suffering.
May we not then divide our forces?
오.
Those proficient in healing will focus on sustaining the captives. That duty can be covered by Urianger, Kryl, Yostola, and myself. The remaining scions will proceed with the search for the core. Admittedly, this strategy puts both parties at greater risk, but it should bolster our chances of saving the Archosaurus by a considerable margin.
근데 서가. 아. 그러게 너 버케알 안 되냐?
That she does. But I think Alize herself would assert that she's at her best when she's charging onto the breach. And from what I recall from the Grand Cosmos, there's a spring in her step when she fights by your side.
Ye gods, will you never let me hear the end of that? Rest assured that I will do what is asked of me, regardless of who I happen to be standing next to at any given time. It seems we have a
발 한번
plan.
밟아줘야 되는데 저거.
All that
그냥.
remains is to carry it out. I will inform Rads at Han of our movements, so let us make our preparations and regroup near the tower.
The military post in what's left of the Hamsa hatchery should serve as a convenient staging point.
That sounds perfect. And remember, the experimental etherite at the confluence is there for those who need it, so there's no excuse for being late.
얘들아 멀미 힘내렴. 아 드디어 뭔가 좀 이야기가 움직이는 것 같다 확실히. 가자. 어디로 가야 돼? 일사왔다. 아 저를 바로 가는구나. 오케이. 몇 기를 쓴다고? 이동하는데? 처음에 꿀 쓸게. 미치겠다 진짜. 가자. 조트탑으로 가자. 느리다. 너무 느리다. 아니야 지금 저 북동쪽으로 가면 안 돼. 우리는 탑으로 가야 한단 말이야. 이것들아. 서쪽에 뭐 없나? 아 다 북동으로 가래. 안 돼. 허허 이 사람들이 자꾸 나를 절로 보내려고 하네. 에이 그냥 안 하고 말지. 응? 이건 근처인가 본데? 이건 진짜 근처인가 본데? 이건 해도 되겠다. 여기 있는 거 아니야? 북동? 160? 저 위인가? 북쪽? 125? 아 저긴가 보다. 여기다. 뒤쪽에 아 됐다. 이런 데 숨겨놓지 마. 됐다. 그다음에 다음 거는 남동. 아 안 가요. 휴. 안녕하세요 선생님. 다시 뵙겠습니다. 냄. 어디요? 아 저기구나. 오케이. 오케이. 가봅시다. Let's get in. 바르샨 왔네. 하이 바르샨. 바르샨쿤. 바르샨꿍. 라고 전해주세요. 자, 今度からお任せします。그치, 가서. 그치, 아까 들은 신화 그 얘기 나오겠지 이제. 나가겠지. 기도노해さん こんばんは。いらっしゃい。ゆっくりしててください。가자. 구조. こちらが早いんですよね。早くないやん。아, 매칭이 오래 걸려요. 오소이. 맞진 거 소이. 트위터를 하다 보면 매칭 되겠지? 올려야지. 전혀 빠르지 않은 매칭. 실망입니다. 뭐요? 트위터. 이런 시간에 트위터를 해야지. 곤나 직관, 아이테를 직관 트위터 시마스. 예. 한국 나오니 맛진근이 이지칸가 가루 쉽지 않네. 야, 너무 오래 걸리는데? 잠깐만. このマッチングを早く終わらせるためにタンクで行ったんですけど、なんで？意味なくなったじゃん。意味なくなったじゃん。 와, 2분 20초가 넘어가네. 실망이 크네. 어이, 선생님들 이건 좀 아닌 것 같아요. 허허, 이거 참 쉽지 않네. 누가 매칭을 이렇게 오래 걸려서 해요. 아니, 딜러 한 명 겨우 있잖아. 아니, NPC랑 갈까? 그냥 普通にスラスで行こうか。トラスで。は？何これ？やばくない？ 네, 지가워. 샤워. 오소. 요로시ku 오네가이시마스. 누가 넣으면 더 있다. 잠깐만. 야바이한데? 기본으로 찾아치는 게 힘드니까 이거. 나노 자신들 나왔다. 아씨. 기절 썼구나. 여기다가 하면은 이거고 선더가 뭐지? 선더가 그거다. 잠깐. 이거 불자가 있지? 아, 좀 약간 타산하는 것 같다, 이거. 햄버거? 햄버거 뭐지? 아, 진짜. 사이 가면 안에 들어가야 돼. 아, 아직 좀 하는 것 같아. 재밌다. 이게 게임이지. 가요 가면 가야 돼. 어허.あ、이거 뭔가 この日本語で話すのは結構早いんだけど、さすがになんかそのタイピングが遅くてなんか言いたいんだけど何も言えない状態になってる。どうしよう。おかしいな。분리가 있으니까 좀 천천히 해야 되는구나. 풀리고 이걸 내가 시켜버리네. 미안합니다. 오멘.そうですね、古典もあるんですけど、やっぱなんか自由に話すとき、例えばその今シロさん結構同じルガディンで幸せなのかなってなでなでしてあげるんですけど、なんか反応したいんだけど反応できない。なんかありがとうございますとか、なんていうか、ああ、はい。でも一応そのよろしくお願いしますとお疲れ様でしたは作ったんですけど、なんかいろんなエモートも言葉に作っておく方がいいかなって感じですね。こうなるとエモートの方が結構感情表現的には言いやすいかなと思うし、でもいつかのために作るの方も結構必要だと思うんですけど、確かにここちゃんとやってる？まあこの若葉は偽物なんですけど、とりあえずあれ 当たるんだけど当たらなかった。ちょっと待って、テイクオフになんかちょっと待って、なんか変わった？こっちだね。なんか追加の当て方もって何？フェボ、こんなのあったんか。いつから？何？スキル変わってるんだけど、している傾向じゃないんだけど。うわ、星食わった。おお。ちょっとこっちだよね。今はいらない、今はいらない。なんもない？これでいいんだよね。よくこうやってるんだよね。 세 명 다 나오는 거였지? 쉽지 않네. 난다 닦게. 저것도 맞대. 끝나사이. 좀 맞대. 무리絶対 無理に決まってる. 무리じゃなかった. 아 여기 정신없다 진짜. 가오스 마지막 가오스 이로 아리 쓰기 때何もわからなくなる. 이로 아리 쓰기 때. 아하. 오. 주인님 어서오세요. 산화 반갑습니다. 빙이요? 모르겠어요. 이거 어떻게 되지? 빙? 잴 수 있나요? 애초에? 모르겠네.最初からずっと撫でてくれるんですけど、あの方同じルガディン組ってことかなと自分だけで思ってるんですけど、まあいいか。優しい方だね。
Is everyone all right?
We fortified the captives with what magics we could. Have the defenses been disabled? All appears quiet for the moment.
캐스팅 아닌 개인 판정.
Lower floors were disturbing enough, but this place feels wrong.
근데 지금까지 했을 때는 한국에서 할 때랑 큰 차이 못 느꼈어요. 그 장판 피하고 하는 거에서 큰 차이 못 느꼈어요.
I believe we stand in the tower's beating heart. What sayest thou, Stola?
I see it. Ether siphoned from the land runs up through the spire, flowing to a single point. This is the core we seek. Yet something is off. As large as this structure is, it siphons far more ether than is required to sustain it. 'Tis as if the core is feeding on the energy, consuming it. I need to take a closer look. Curious. There is something there embedded inside the core.
What?
A man's limb.
limb?
This is what we came to destroy?
Yes, if you would be so kind.
가자. 데스티니 없애버려 그냥. 발? 발이면 누구의 발이야? 점프. 오, 가라. 캐스팅 0.5초에 움직이 있다던가. 저거는 원래 그렇지 않아요? 한국에서도 맨날 0.34초 전에 그렇게 했는데 기분 탓인가? 일본어를 보고 영어로 듣기.
And that should be the end of it.
아, 그치. 동료공이 사라졌으니까 타입 무너진다.
What now?
코아가 나코가 닦아라.
My
도와
theory that the
나꾸나리마스.
tower might come crashing down following the core's
일본어를
destruction.
보고 영어로 듣기. 아, 영어 음성 괜찮아요 생각보다.
Correct.
Bully for you! And how are we supposed to survive the fall?
What of the prisoners below?
The floor beneath our very feet dissolves. Brace yourselves.
아, 한섭이 0.3초고 글섭이 0.5초에.
I pray I'm not too late.
레비테트. 그러면 0.5초면은 딱 그 평균이란 소리네요. 뭐 괜찮을 것 같은데? 큰 문제 없을 것 같은데? 근데 저는 일단은 큰 이상 못 느낀 거 보니까 일단은 큰 문제 없는 것 같아요. 저한테는. 네.
What happened? Where are
あんまりなんかラグはいないそうな。いや、いないというか、感じられないというか、感じられないの方が正しいかもですね。自分には感じられないんだから、まあいいんじゃないかな。
By my reckoning, we're still on the island where the tower stood. But 'tis as if it never existed. Hardly a scratch. But how?
그라하가 힘을 많이 썼지 않았나? 기절했어. 그라짱.
Raha wove a levitation spell at the last moment. Large enough to catch everyone, it would seem.
That explains the lack of obvious injuries.
The expenditure of so much ether has taken its toll. He will need plenty of rest, but should otherwise be none the worse for wear.
다행이다. 라하짱. 간봤다네. 아리가또.
Then the immediate problem is what to do with our new friends here. They'll be much changed for their time in the tower. Even if their bodies are intact, I doubt we could say the same for their minds.
아, 그러게.
Angelo and I will take care of that.
I have every faith in you, Alize, but there are just too many for you to treat alone.
We'll send at once to Eorzea for more porksies. and call on the local mages to lend a hand.
오.
Hail! We were watching the tower when it simply disappeared. What happened here?
그러니까 그게
The threat is banished, and thy people delivered. They are, however, in need of treatment, and we of a secure locale and helping hands to assist us in its provision.
쟤 저렇게 세게 가는 거 처음 봐. あんな力入れて話すの初めて見た。ウリアンジェ。
You shall have all this and more. Come, let us convey these unfortunate souls to the city.
야, 근데 무겁긴 하겠다. 오모소.大丈夫かな。니타나さん。当にまた連中の発送が終わりそうだな。はいはい。あー、窓口。お疲れ様でした。あ、配信終わるんじゃないよ。방송 끝나는 거 아닙니다. 낙하마 NPC. 아, 네. 오케이, 베이스. 자, 마루샹카라도 찾는 넌 같이 뭐 히토이키라고 해도 하이.どこまで行くの？あ、おーい。이럴 때는 트위터를 하면서 갑니다. 거의 토끼니와 트위터見ながら行きます。やだちょっと道でここないよ。ないこれ、オッケー。다시 트위터를 보니. 트위터 大好き。超おもろい。あんたらとは関係ないよ。お前何やってる？안녕하세요?すぎる。新しくアナ役に話を聞いた方がいいです。韓国。はいはいはい。今エテライトできるんだっけ？できなかった気がするけど。多分. 지금 에테라이트 안 되는 걸로 안 돼, 맞나? 되네? 뭐야? 普通にできる? 어? 안녕하세요. 네. 네. 에테라이트가 좀 하이. はい。はいはいはい。ここだよね。多分。よし。こっちだ. 그래도 한번 와봤으니까 대충 길 알겠다. 다행이다. 2回目だからなんとなく道はわかる気がするんだけど、ここで合ってるね。OK。はい。OK。と、こちらに行くもんね。はい、どうもどうも。引く手はない。はいはいはいはいはい。여기다. 어츠. 응? 야, いらないよ. 進んでこれ. このまま進んでください. 뭔가 핑이 나오나? 핑 안 나오는 거야. 지금은 에타렉트가 안 되지만 혹시 모르니까 도시 내는 미리 교환해야겠다. 또 도착시켰고 거치라. 류의 캐시와 마야이 류 다루. 에? 아 하이. 컷 씬. 나 근데 이렇게 되면 아히완 되게 그냥 허수아비 아닌가? 괜찮니? 안 됐어도 되지 않을까 나도? 아히완 쌍무사 스와 때문에 인잖나이?
Are we the last to arrive? I hope we've not kept you waiting.
Not at all. Your comrade is feeling better, I trust.
Ah.
Much better, thank you. Harness remedies are certainly potent in more ways than one.
In more ways than one.
One becomes accustomed to the taste, although I hope you never have cause to do so. Pray, take your ease.
Full glad I am to see you all unharmed.
처음 하는 말이 그거야? 너무 감동이다.
Valiant sons, for your heroism, you have my boundless gratitude. You cast down that dire tower and set free its hapless captives. You cleanse their souls of its corrupting influence.
그치. 토크씨가 일하고 있지.
No words of thanks will suffice. In place of platitudes, I offer a bounty of warding scales. Pray accept your due reward, along with the goodwill of Radzatan.
Alchemists throughout the land were put to work in the forging of your talismans. The finished ones have been collected, and now await you at the high crucible of Alchemia. Present this letter when you are ready to take them into your possession.
오.
We are humbled by your generosity. Know that the inventive wisdom of Radzat Han will be vital in restoring serenity to our star.
Every single one of those scales came from you, didn't they? You must still be in such pain.
아, 그치. 비늘 떼야지 저기서.
'Tis of no moment. A mere annoyance compared to the dreadful suffering inflicted upon this land and its people.
그럴 수 있지. 대단한 사람이야 저 사람도.
Albeit brief, my involvement in the Dragon Song War afforded me a glimpse of the myriad sorrows which consumed both dragon and man. Though you were half a world away, such tragedies as befell your kin must have affected you deeply. And yet, you chose to live among men.
오.
In
이걸
the
바로 묻네.
age when that conflict first bloomed, my choice had already been made.
이미.
In some distant place, man slew dragon, and dragon slaughtered man. Yet not even my brother's righteous rage could rally me to his cause. I huddled here, secret and still, hoping against hope that which I had built would remain untouched by the chaos and carnage.
에스티니아 국장만
It would
하겠네.
seem we share the same desire for peace, great Vritra. To that end, I wonder if we might trouble you with another question. The Telophoroi are intent on recreating the final days, an apocalyptic event which we know to predate the sundering of the star. As the longest lived among us, know you aught of this terrible cataclysm?
과연?
Nay. When war and strife drove my sire from his home, he crossed the great expanse with only our unhatched eggs as company. He alighted upon a shattered source, its 13 reflections long since scattered beyond the rift.
쓰대니까.
Of events preceding his arrival, he knoweth naught, save that which Hydralin hath deigned to disclose.
I see. So again, 'tis the inscrutable Hydaelyn to whom we must look for answers.
Seek you to divine the will of this star? If so, I have a tale which may afford you some small comfort.
나니.
'Tis a story from my youth, many years ago. To my sire, I once posed the question, of all the stars in the sky, why didst thou settle upon this one? To which Midgardsormr did reply, 'twas the last bastion of hope. He believed so long as Hydaelyn endured, so too might dragonkind. Solemn and portentous were his words. What deeper meaning they held, I could not, dared not pursue. Yet take you solace in the knowledge that whatsoever Hydaelyn does strive towards, 'tis an ideal which hath earned my sire's conviction.
Thank you, Vritra. You've given us warm reassurance in a world gripped by cold uncertainty.
While I'm sure we all have a great many questions, I think it's time we collect the talismans and be on our way. Our fight against the Telophoroi is far from finished.
갑시다.
We must take our leave, but please do inform us if we can provide any further assistance.
귀엽네.
Prithee, a moment.
아닌가 고유ですか?
There is one whom my sire hath judged worthy of honor and respect. The one known to men as Eorzea's champion. This hero of renown and rumor. 'Tis thee.
아버님을 좀 타고 다니긴 했죠.最近は話もできてないが.
In accordance with the covenant he forged with Hydralin, the stewardship of this star hath ever been his purpose. Silence in the face of thine actions is the greatest sign of his approval.
なるほど.
'Twas a revelation most pleasing that thou, a child of man, had gained Midgardsormr's trust. But alongside mine elation runneth a rivulet of dread. For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. Amidst this tangled knot thou shalt know no rest. 'Tis an endless confluence of forces, a struggle without surcease. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence.
はい? 아. 어이. 辛い思いを出すんじゃないよ. 어이. 어이. 야, 이렇게 슬픈 장면. 아니. 지가워요. 지가워.
Take heart and protect them well.
아, 진짜.
They will be your strength and your salvation.
너무한 거
The
아니야?
hope thou wilt need come the end. Even cowering behind my curtain, I know the suffering of the powerful. I have watched my siblings driven mad by loss. Thus do I exhort thee to spare no effort to keep thy loved ones safe.
Apologies. We hadn't meant to interrupt.
It's just that we do have a history of suddenly collapsing, and when you didn't follow us out...
'Tis I who must apologize. I have detained your champion overlong with idle chatter. Go. At war's end, I pray I welcome thee back into my hall, where together with thy joyful comrades, you may toast your triumph.
자네. 바이바이. 바이바이. 그냥 잡담이었어. 갑시다. 뭐야? 형님. 하이. 어디로 가야 돼? 저기야? 도이레숭. はい。아, 이렇게 안내를 시켜주는 거야? 오, 네. 난 이렇게 혼돈이 붙었으는なんか迷わないように案内している気がするな。ただいま。아, 갑시다. 아직 교감 안 되지 이거. 마다 시오できなかったっけ? 네. 잔넨. 맛있다. 고고 오케이. 고고. 저기다 비닐들 와 많기도 하다.
These are the talismans we were promised.
Yes, and I made a quick count. There are far more than we could have hoped for. Enough to outfit an entire company of soldiers, in fact. Considering the involved process, that they were able to manufacture so many in such a short span of time is nothing short of a miracle.
Once we have distributed them to our allies in Eorzea and the Far East, we'll have a fighting chance to bring down the other spires, just as we did with the Tower of Zot.
Or we could use them to invade Garlemald proper, and strike directly at the Telophoroid's base of operations. Of course, we would need to consult with various alliance leaders before such a drastic measure could even be contemplated. To which end, I could set out forthwith and present the idea to each of our allies in person.
Pray allow me to undertake some few of those journeys. I find myself restless and in need of purposeful duties.
I can head eastward. Bosnia and Dalmasca are just a short hop from here. And Doma's shinobi network should come in handy for passing on the word.
We shall share the burden then.
우리 어디로 가요?
Meanwhile, I think it best that you and the others take the talismans back to the Baldessian Annex.
아, 네.
We must keep them safe and secure until we've decided upon a course of action.
네. 이때키마스.
Please, I must speak with you.
오. Nidana, you're awake.
Yes. When I spoke with the carer at my bedside, she told me that one of the scions, a young woman, had cleansed me of the tower's corruption. It seems I'd been asleep ever since the treatment. But when I awoke and learned you were all still here, I knew I had to come.
알리지 잘했어.
As you said, Nidana was captured only recently. Such a brief exposure is swiftly cured, so I tended to her before we gathered at Megaduta.
And I am truly grateful that you did. I cannot thank you enough. All of you, for everything you've done. Destroying the tower, rescuing our people. You've saved Thavnair from an awful fate.
Yet who hath truly saved whom? Due in no small part to thine inspirational courage, the alchemists were successful in reproducing warding scales of proven efficacy. Replications of thy work now stand ready to travel across the seas unto the hands of those who might wield them against this rising evil.
The talisman? Is this true?
너의 작품이란다.
Oh, I was so groggy from sleep. I didn't even think to ask. Oh, our great work sent across the seas.
오.
It was worth it. Oh, it was all worth it.
나이? 어. 오.
Look at that. Its color is completely changed.
What do you have there?
사람의 기분을 따라서 색깔이 바뀐대요.
How unusual. I wonder if the effect is a reaction to Akasha.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that term.
아카샤.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feelings.
You imply that it is distinct from ether?
Ether?
Foreign scholars often conflate the two, but we see them as separate concepts. Ether is an energy which permeates the land. It exists within animals, objects, even the air we breathe, affecting all through which it flows. Akasha, on the other hand, exists in a domain beyond our reach.
하늘에서
A
내려오는.
gift bestowed from on high, or torn from the heavens in some traditions.
어허.
Akasha can neither be created nor destroyed. It is beyond our power to purposefully alter or manipulate.
오.
The only thing observed to influence it is an abundance of, I want to say, spiritual emotion. As a veteran of the battlefield, surely you've experienced moments of desperation or exaltation when you've transcended the usual limits of your capabilities. That is a manifestation of Akasha, the invisible essence harnessed by heart, mind, and unyielding spirit.
오.
I really must hear more about this theory. Our disciplines are based entirely upon the idea that ether is the fundamental form of all energy.
I'm glad my haphazard explanation has piqued your interest. But even for us, Akasha is a somewhat abstract field of study. A lack of practical application lends itself poorly to formalized research.
그렇지. 잘 안 쓰이면은.
Which is why my analysis of your flower can amount to little more than idle speculation. I am sorry.
아니야, 뭐 미안할 것까지는.
Nonsense. You have nothing to be sorry for. Your insight is much appreciated.
멋있다.
Shall we depart for Sharlayan then? I will see to it that the talismans arrive at the annex.
And we will be in touch once our talks are concluded. I suggest you rest while you can.
Rest.
From here onward, sleep is bound to be in short supply.
네, 잘 쉬겠습니다. 잔또 야스미마스. 내일은 전화기 낫기도. 진짜 스토리 잘 만들었어 효월은. 今回のストーリーは確かにいいストーリーだわ。ちょっと待って、どこへ行くんな。バーデシオン。高っ。1600？広い。こりゃ。Old Chalet。발대시온 분관. 뭐야? 아, 자러 가라고요? 네. 네, 쉬겠습니다. 하이, 이키마스. 아, 컷신 있지? 쉬러 가면 맞아. 다시 하얗게 돌아왔어.
Take heart and protect them well.
나래다이. 깜짝.
Good, you're here. You haven't eaten yet, have you?
그렇긴
We've
한데요.
bought quite a spread if you're interested. Only the finest dining from the last stand.
착한 친구들이네. 이 통 멋지네, 아빠. 표정 봐. 뭐하니? 저 피클 뺀 거야? 미치겠네.
Lest you wonder, we invited Estinian as well. But he refused with a rather grim-faced, "No, thank you." I suspect Charlian cuisine is not to his liking.
Oh, I don't know about that. Perhaps our lone wolf just needed some time apart. What? To perfect his brooding stare? Next time, I'll drag him out by the ear, sit him down in front of a Charlian feast, and see that he eats every last bite.
An excellent idea. Of all people, warriors must take proper meals and rest if they are to maintain a healthy constitution.
말하는 거 봐.
Poor Estinian, beset on all sides.
Poor Estinian.
Speaking of one's physical condition, Mistress Cryle, I hear you recently played literal host to Heidelin herself.
맞지.
And what an experience that was. Tiring, yes, but no lasting harm done. If anything, I should have liked to speak with her longer.
저 기분 알지? 서브웨이 와퍼 오는 기분.
Felt a hint of her presence.
그래도 이제 서브웨이랑 그 버거킹 와퍼 같은 것들 이제 재료를 빼고 넣을 수 있으니까 그나마 다행이지.
Heidelin instructed you to carry that flower, yes?
그런 뺄 수 있는 게 다행인 것 같아.
Twill be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. And then something about seeking joy in darkness, was it?
Yes.
Come to think of it, isn't that what happened with Nidana back in Radsathan?
The flower did seem to radiate a joyful glow, as if reflecting the elation we all felt, the relief of a people with renewed hope.
Indeed, and in turn, I felt buoyed by that radiance. 'Twas akin to spotting a beacon and knowing we were on the right path. I know we've not yet triumphed over the Telophoroi, or learned the full breadth
저거
of the
맞다고 생각해요,
Forum's
이 정도는.
plans. But even
뒤에 내용이
within
기억이 안 나서
the
이런 말 하고
midst
있는
of
겁니다.
our struggles, we find small moments of joy to sustain us. Rare and hard-won, perhaps, but it is this pursuit of happiness that gives us the strength to carry on day after day. Hey, that's mine.
To the swift the spoils. Though I recall that levitation spell of yours was quick enough.
Only barely. And even at my best, I'm still too slow to wield it effectively in battle.
쉽지 않네.
Mayhap I simply require more practice with this new magic.
You unearthed it from the depths of Numenon, I presume?
Yes, maybe.
Aye, and from a veritable mountain of arcane tomes at that. 'Twas necessary to facilitate my solitary explorations.
Or, to put it simply, you used it to sneak around the forbidden archives.
Yes, well, after a fashion. They're tall, you see. The shelves, they're too tall for me. And I could hardly move the library's platforms without attracting attention now, could I?
멋스러 쓰기는. 아, 너무 웃긴다 진짜. 아니 부양 마법을 쓴 이유가 책장이 안 닿아서라고? 미치겠네 진짜.
I'm not that ambitious. But 'tis pleasant to idle away the hours every once in a while.
와까루. 쟤 산다. 아닌데? 오. 오. 얘는 보고 싶지 않은데? 이거 넘겨도 돼요? 아이템이 딱 나인 같기도. 스킵 시스템이.
Ah! Enjoying the bracing cold, I see. Do you not own a warm coat or a cloak? Something in fur? Or fashioned from the skins of your enemies? Or... well, never mind that. I come to you once more as the bearer of bad news. Our tower in Thavner has been toppled, and I need not tell you by whom. Given how many we have at our disposal, the loss of a single spire is hardly fatal to our plans. It does, however, slow the rate at which we siphon ether. If they continue to preoccupy themselves with the towers, then all will be well. But should our foe prove bold enough to strike at us here, then the timing becomes questionable.
Our foe is bold enough. Of that, I can assure you.
Yes, very well then. I suppose I must prepare a proper welcome. Honestly, talk of your nemesis is the only thing you seem to enjoy. Does nothing else spark your interest?
그렇다고 하네요.
No. All else is equal. Equally tedious. Equally disappointing. The world is a tepid bog into which we sink, too weak to thrash as the mud clings to our eyes and fills our throats till we blissfully choke. But then came the light, blinding and pure and hot, so very hot. I basked in the afterglow until the void yawned once more.
별로 재밌지 않은데.
Burn. Let the whole star burn. I will have my contest. I will reclaim my moment.
하이.
How wonderful that the emptiness of death has not dissuaded you from committing your life to its pursuit once more. I don't know whether to envy you or pity you.
You question my disinterest, but what of yours? Despite your noisome antics, I sense you take little pleasure in this endeavor.
Mercy, my lord. Such pointed barbs from one who barely acknowledges my existence. Nevertheless, you are mistaken. For I do find this part somewhat enjoyable. You see, when I was mortal, I would always have the same dream. It was a fragmented thing, disjointed. All the faces incomplete. The setting, too, was unknown to me. So I thought it simply a fantasy of my sleeping mind.
Yes.
Until one day, I realized it was showing me the truth. Much as your dream of the final days enlightened you. And soon, very soon, the rest of the world will see the truth of my dream, too.
별로 그러고 싶지 않은데.
I think that is something we can both enjoy.
어허. 예? 아, 네. 오. 오. 갑시다. 네. 우리 갑시다. 에? 아. 안녕. 마법대학관데. 뭐라고?私されないかもしれない 어디야? 메타라이트를 사고 가면 되겠구나. BGM 왜 이래? 작성님 어서오세요. 산화 여유있게 스토리를 밀고 있습니다. 방금 조트탑 깨고 왔어요. 빠른가? 아니요, 중간에 한번 점핑을 해서 신생 끝나고 모험록을 샀어요. 효월 들어온 지는 이틀 차? 네. 근데 뭐 아는 내용이니까 사실 빠른 것도 있고. 아니 신생을 다 끝냈는데 이거 아무리 생각해도 6월 안에 안 끝날 것 같더라고. 그래서 그냥 이건 안 되겠다 싶어서 그냥. 그리고 여기 왼쪽 아래 보시면 알겠지만 저는 모험록을 사면 효월까지 끝난 줄 알고 있었기 때문에 아, 안 끝나네? 이러고 얼른 사버렸습니다. 안녕하세요, 바보입니다. 반갑습니다. 아니 이게 뉴비 때 한류는 백수에 서서 신창홍치를 그게 가능해요? 저는 이거 4시간 앉아있어도 힘들어가지고 여러분 삼바 이러고 방송 끄는데 와 어떻게 저걸 2주 만에 끝나지? 와 장난 아니다. 멋있으죠. 저도 알고 싶지 않았어요. 아 그럴 수 있지 알고 싶지 않을 수 있지. 충분히 인정. 고생하셨네. 근데 그러려면 저도 이제 막 하루에 막 18시간씩 방송해야 될 거 아니에요? 근데 그건 조금 너무 힘드니까 저거의 변호를 해보자면 아 극디타 그치. 그러려면은 다 7일까지 깨야지. 아 그거는 그럴 수 있죠. 조심해야지. 그럼 빨리 가야지. 아 그때는 생각해보니까 치르기 티타니아면 그거네. 그 뭐냐 샀어도 또 치륵은 또 결국 해야 되는 거네요. 그때면. 저도 사실 지금 뭐지 다른 사람들이랑 레이드 가고 싶은데 아직 신생이란 사실을 깨닫고 이건 아니다 싶어서 얼른 산 거긴 한데 아 저런 초행을 이미 떼고 왔다니. 울면서 현역 그걸 돌기 시작했는데 그게 극비전이었어. 하필이면 극비전이야? 와 쉽지 않네. 진짜 고생 많이 하셨네요. 진짜 약간 하드코어한 화판 압축 스토리를 하고 오셨는데 장난 아닌데? 나 징징대면 안 되겠다. 나 이제 그 뭐지 방송하면서 이거 너무 미는 거 힘들어요 하면 안 되겠다. 가만히 있겠습니다. 조용히 게임 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
Ah, I remember you.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
아, 네 맞아요. 그 화면으로 보이는 거는 어차피 그 만나는 사람들이 일본이니까 일본어로 했는데 한국 서버에 영어 보이스가 없잖아요. 그래서 듣고 싶어가지고 영어로 해놨어요. 이거 영어 음성은 되게 궁금했는데 들어보니까 재밌네.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to
그래서
think
지금
you'd have
본의
not given
아니게
up on our cause.
한영일
I'm told you
통합
paid a
방송을 하고
visit to
있는데
the
뭐
annex
제
afterwards.
의도와는 상관없다고 믿고
Yes,
있습니다.
that's right. I was hoping to
아닌가? 내
speak
컨셉이
with the
이래서 어쩔 수 없나?
grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting.
그럴 수도 있어. 내
But it
컨셉상 어쩔 수 없어.
seems I just
동서양 베토남 방송. 부정할 수 없네. 동서양 베토남
I
맞습니다.
still
예.
can't believe how much you've grown.
동서양
If
베토남
only your
방송.
grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own
동서양
eye.
베토남 방송. 맞네. 제가 동서양을 잇는 다리가 되어 보겠습니다.
You
아
must
이거
have
약간
the
수성의
patience of a
마녀들인데.
saint putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
쉽지 않네. 수성의 마녀 드립 함부로 치면 안 되는데 스포일러 돼가지고.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
오, 단도직입적으로 묻죠?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic.
그쵸?
As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from
아 맞아.
speaking
그래서
of such
아까 앞에서
matters
말하려다가
without
기침하는
the
내용 있었지.
express
목
permission
막히는
of the
그
Forum.
묘사 있었지.
How is that even possible?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
갑자기 시작된 강의. 오. 그렇게 시작된 강의. 저 지나게 앉는 게 너무 웃겨 진짜. 학생 도끼 빼. 앞 칠판 안 보여. 좋아 뭐야? 그럼 칠판은 왜 있는 거예요 뒤에?
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology.
Etherology.
The
쉽지 않네.
ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
그걸 나를 보면서 얘기하면 어떡해요? 말하기로 해볼까? 몰라.
Not entirely inaccurate, but nor is it the answer I was looking for. That would be corporeal ether. This is the form with
틀렸어.
which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux.
Yes.
In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked.
Yes.
Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it.
Welcome to the what?
Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
그치, 빛의 전사 기억 못하는 거.
The seventh umbral calamity.
Yes.
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm.
하지만 빛의 전사 얼굴은
But
기억하지
no
못한다.
one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act.
이걸 이렇게 엮어버리네.
The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the forum is based on a similar principle.
금기전을
Only when
거셨다고?
a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace.
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that,
근데 잉크로 칠하는 거는 비가역적이지 않나?
until we
저거를
return to the ethereal sea.
잉크 칠한 거는
For
이거
there we will
예쁘잖아.
be purified.
아,
The blots upon our souls washed clean.
이거는 이과생으로서 참을 수 없는 비유인데. 어허.
And our memories drift apart and dissolve.
쉽지 않은데.
But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls.
자국?
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
아, 오늘 방송은 11시 한 10분쯤 끝낼 예정입니다. 제가 사정이 있어가지고 원래 12시까지 하려고 했는데 오늘은 11시 10분 정도 끝낼 예정이에요. 참고해 주십시오.
Well, I think that's enough education for today. Now that I've given you some food for thought, or rather, an entire banquet.
뿅.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you.
써야겠다. 여기다.
I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
오. 아자스.
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlian, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge.
네, 감사합니다. 되게 좋아하네. 잠깐만, 11시 10분 이렇게 쓰면 안 되는데? 30시 10분네. 오케이. 혹시 지금 듣고 계시는 분들이 있으면은 적당히 11시 한 10분 정도에 산바를 외칠 준비하시면 되겠습니다. 네, 돌아갑시다. 제가 그거지 말 거는 그거지. 맞네. 제작 그거구나. 채집 제작 그거구나. 쇼. 여기 들어가야지. 오. 어디? 아, 거긴가? 이제 그 바브일탑으로 가나? 그럴 것 같은데 바벨탑 가는 것 같은데. 갑시다.あ、日本語でもお知らせする方がいいんだよね。今日の配信23時10分までやります。ちょっと明日予定があって早く寝なきゃいけないので。でも、もしよかったら配信後にスペースやるかもしれませんので、かもしれませんので、お楽しみにしてください。일단은 11시 10분에 끝내긴 할 건데요. 이거 게임을 방송을 끝내는 거고 아마 상황 봐서 시간이 괜찮다 싶으면은 이건 뭐야? 아, 정말도다. 그 싶으면 아마 트위터에서 일본어로 스페이스를 할 수도 있을 것 같아요. 그거는 상황 보고 말씀을 드리도록 하겠습니다. 일단 예, 아마 정리하면서 스페이스를 열게 될 것 같아요. 뭐야? 아, 컷씬. 아마 이게 딱 마지막 컷신이겠네, 시간상. 오, 다 있네. 아, 레인차 아저씨 오랜만에 본다. 그렇지, 일사 받으러 가는구나. 이래서 오, 파견단은 쪽은 아, 그게 바벨탑이구나. 오케이. 맞아. 아까 좀 많다 그랬어. 오호. 아, 뭐 그 정도야. 할 수 있죠, 충분히. 난니세요 테라포로요 다오스. 다오스. 殺す ぶっ飛ばす 블록보이를 죽여버리자. 아람의 코더. 저기구나. 오케이. 훨씬 하나 더 보겠는데 이러면? 어디야? 알 수 있나? 알 수 있겠지 설마? 아무리 그래도? 살 건 뭐 있나? 거기 마운트리 했고 9 어? 아 이거는 그거구나. 그 메인 퀘스트 상을 주는 거구나. 오케이. 미드가로 타야지. 할아버지 오랜만에 타러 왔어요. 뭐야? 뭐야? 아! 이거 그거지. 에메랄드 머시기 그 루비의 폰 그거지 이거. 저 얼굴 보자마자 생각났어. 지지. 지지래 지지. 어떡해. 근데 생각해보니까 어차피 지나간 콘텐츠 할 필요 없나? 보시면 하면 되려나? 생각해보니까 마지막으로 본 가이오스가 하필이면 신생대 가이오스라서 되게 좀 그렇네. 아, no, why? 야, 말하자마자 튀어나오는데요, 이거? 가이오스? 바로 튀어나오는데? 어떡하면 좋아, 이거? 바로 튀어나오는데? 말하자마자? 말꺼내기 무섭게 나오네. 심지어 왼쪽 퀘스트 저거 아는데 튀어나오네 그냥. 아 메인 퀘상으로는 그치 이미 저거 약간 사이드 스토리 저거 약간 그치. 야 진짜 귀신같이 나오네 귀신같이. 아키시마상가. 오, 딱 10시, 11시 10분에 끝났어. 자, 서로 정리할까요? 아마 이거 들어가면은 또 한참 컷신 볼 것 같아서 일단 여기까지만 하고 퀘스트 받기만 해야지. 잠깐 설마. 오케이. 시간. 오늘의 효월 방송은 여기까지입니다. 일단은 던전을 하나 깼고요. 도트탑을 깼고 스토리 어디까지 왔니? 82? 오케이. 여기까지 했고 저희는 내일 8시에 또 뵙겠습니다. 아마 이렇게 느긋하게 해서 90하고 그 판데모니움 쭉 미는 과정을 거치게 될 것 같아요. 이렇게 하면 저희는 또 내일 8시에 뵙겠습니다. 언제나처럼 그냥 말씀드리지만 그냥 켜서 제가 느긋하게 길 왔다 갔다 하고 있을 때는 그냥 좀 다른 거 하고 계시다가 그 소리만 듣고 내려놓으시다가 던전 가서 비명 지르면 열어서 와 재밌겠다 이러고 한번 보시고 그렇게 하세요. 그게 편하지. 아무튼 자유롭게 봐주시면 되겠습니다. 오늘 방송 이렇게 시청해주셔서 감사하고요. 나중에 또 방송 있을 때 찾아와 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 저희는 그러면은 저희는 그러면은 다음 시간 내일 오후 8시에 뵙겠습니다. 여러분 삼바. 작성님 삼바. 오신 김에 새 엔더맨 보고 가세요. 일러스트 선물 받은 거 썼어요. 히히. 아이고. 미나상 아시타 20시に お会いしましょう. 멋지죠? 히히. 감사합니다. 너무 좋아서 허락받고 쓰고 있어. 아시다 와이마시오네 미나상 오츠카레사마 데시다. 삼바 오츠즈ンク 데시다. 다들 좋아요, 구독, 알림 설정 알죠? 고마워요 항상.